Hello, welcome back. My name is Sandsandal, and this is Let's Play Saelig. Now, Saelig is similar to the Guild 2, and it's a new introduction to the channel. I'll be playing a bit of it on the side and focusing still on the Guild 3, so people are updated on that and feel that they're not missing on anything. Now, I'm not really into like creating custom characters, taking my time. I'm just gonna random, and this guy looks... Let's change the beard a bit. There you go. Good enough. We're not going to touch any of the functions. I'm going to keep it as is. And what's so cool about Saelig is that it has a lot of mix into it that's very... features that everybody love. For example, your story, which is like similar to the Mountain Blade Warband introduction, where you get certain proficiencies or more money by having certain background stories. Now, the story, or your story, starts: your mother brought you into this world and gave you the best start she could. What comes to mind when you think back about her? She cherished all living things, so I assume like a relationship. She spent much of her time foraging. Best cooking town, heal any affliction. Grand collection. She was a great leader. I'm just gonna say that because I don't think any of the other ones would benefit me. Your father played an important role in your life and helped shape who you have become. What was he known for? His skill in battle? His strength was second to none. Actually, that might be a good thing. His dedication as a laborer, his dishonesty, his skills as a craftsman, his taste for ale, and nothing. I assume that's for hardcore play. Now, I asked in Discord what people wanted to see, and I was told to be a miner, and I'm gonna go his strength was second to none. I assume that might help me. During your childhood, you got the first glimpse of the kind of life you wanted to lead. What was the first thing you really enjoyed? Exploration, collecting berries, caring for chickens, taking money from others, playing the lute, hard work, and causing trouble. You know what? Hard work. As the years went on and you come to notice how much turmoil there was around you, what did you do to take your mind off things? Light fires, study the rocks and trees, craft goods, agriculture, facts of life, whole study guard. You know, I'm going to be a miner, so this seems reasonable. The times has finally come for you to step out on your own and say goodbye to your family. What was the last thing you did before you left for good? Cook everybody a big meal, that's cool. Forage for supplies, that might be useful. Enjoy some ale, play with your family dog. Light the house on fire? I just went 0 to 100 real quick. Stole a bag of coins, cut firewood. I'm kind of tempted to light the house on fire. No, Evans, I did not exist. But I think, I don't know. Stole a bag of coins. Let's see, I wanted to play on this map. I think this is one of the cooler maps. You have the options of starting nomadic, which means you don't start with a house, so you can become like a quote-unquote trader from the get-go. You have one that is beggar. Beggars basically start with no money, no nothing, and then you go ahead, you live your life. And you have the 4 different towns you can choose between, which allows you to choose where to start on the map. Now, since we wanted to go as a miner, Atcorp has a mine over here. Let's buy that. You always want to buy with employees, it helps you out. And we want to do iron. Iron is the fastest resource we can produce from the get-go, and it helps us out a lot. Our first goal and primary goal will be to upgrade this up to tier 3. Once we get the cart upgrade to tier 3, that would allow us to produce or get a horse-drawn cart. Horse-drawn cart can be run without you basically controlling them, so they can like just basically travel to another town or go to I don't know, from your place to the market and sell off without you having to like control it. Because right now, like, since this is a hand-drawn card, I have to select somebody and have them not work while doing this. Now, one of the things that stresses me out is because I only started with 4K, and oh my god, that thunder. Let's turn it down a bit. Now, we only started with 4K, and if we look over here, wages, we have 116 wages due to be paid at 11 PM. We are, not this PM, it's the other one. The other one is, the dark one is the PM. And they work from 7:30 AM to 17 PM. Which is, I mean, they will stop working in, like, about 5 hours from now. We already made a decent bunch. We sell them for 38 gold. You can see it in orange letters, and buy it for 60 gold. So we have made a bit of money already. And this is one of the random spawns that spawns around the map. They usually buy stuff for a fixed price, so you can come over here and trade with them and sell them stuff, and you will get a lot of money from it. You can actually... How much? So basically, if you overflow the market with, let's say, axes, instead of going over there, you can sell it always to the whatchamacallit, the military camp for 300, and you can also sell it for 300 here. But once you sell enough, that will lower the price a lot, which makes it not worth selling over here anymore. So that's the thing to keep in mind. Now, once they stop working, I'll have Reynard moving the iron to the city, so we can have enough money to pay wages, because I cannot afford 160 gold right now. I have 0 gold. And like, I did a bit of testing, and I figured out if you don't have enough money, you'll go into deficit. But also, the bigger problem is that if you can't pay them, they will quit. So more experienced... let's slow it down the game a bit while we do this. So if you have like really high experienced workers and suddenly like they quit, that kind of ruins your entire playthrough. Or like your chances of making a lot of money. Now we made 628. That should be enough for the wages. Okay, so both of them are decent at their job. 160 gold. Let's go back. Let's keep on making iron. Now we want to make as much as possible before the prices adjust. Like already the prices have adjusted to 20 gold each time we sell. That's a loss of 12 gold. So we're gonna make a couple of gems. Gems are precious, so that's a nice thing. We have events coming up all the time. Good veins. Workers at to mine have struck some very good ore veins. These newly found veins are yielding ore faster than ever. So basically 1.2 production rate for 120 seconds. 1.2 is about like 120%. So everything is way faster right now for like just however much. It's a shame that there is really no information bars that tells you, okay, this is how long this is going to last. But you know, what can you do? Some of the stuff is missing, but now we need 500 gold to upgrade this to the second tier. We need 3 tiers, so we need about 1,200, I think, gold. That should be enough to upgrade it. Matrix. Let's see, what do they need? Coats that got added just now, I think. We already made a decent, like, this is 112. This is basically 5 iron ore. So gems are good, but the problem with them, it takes longer for them to mine. So basically you can mine, let's say 3 iron ore by the time you make 1 gem. And here's actually a very important tip. So raw resources have single instances. With that, what I mean is actually like, if you're mining something, it is one person is doing a certain action. It's not like everybody's gathering around and helping out with that action. Very similar to the guild 2 where you have that. Now, if you are, for example, crafting, let's say, a leather or woolen coat, you can have more people working on it, which will make it go faster. Basically like the guild 2, if you've ever played that. Now, another cool thing about this game is what a lot of people want in the guild 3. Interiors. Look at this. Amazing. Now, some buildings only have 1 screen. Some buildings have multiple. I was trying to had multiple. I think it was... is this one? Yeah, the leather worker, for example, has 2 screens. There's some other buildings, higher tier buildings, that have more. And most of the houses or buildings or craftsman huts allow you to make them your own home on top of that. For example, this cannot be made into your home, obviously, because it's just a mine. Why can he not mine? Is he mining? Yeah, I'm mining. It's just making me look stupid. Let's go and start it again. Okay, there you go. It's just refreshed. Now, that having interiors just basically quadruples how much I like this game already. It is super nice to have interiors. The interiors really make the game feel alive. Now one of the cooler features, you're gonna hear me bragging, or not bragging, but like squealing as a fucking schoolgirl about this game, because it has like a lot of features that the Guild 3 really needs, and this game actually does it. But like the only problem I see with this game is that graphic wise, it is not as nice looking. So it's basically a gem. You want to get this game. It's at like about $10 for the game. So that's about half the price of the Guild 3. So if you want to have a game you want to try out, have fun with for cheap price or cheap sum, this game is perfect for you. Now, yeah, I don't care about you guys. Now let's keep on going. We want to get, again, like I said, my plan was to get the cart up and running as fast as possible. Let's get that and send it over to AdCorp and offload and return. And the reason for that is because we want to make money by transferring goods from, let's say, our market to another market, because every market is its own market. So basically people consume the food. They, for example, take the wheat and barley and then crush it down into barley flour or wheat flour, and then those can get used to make food. For example, wheat bread or barley bread or biscuits and so on. So there's like a living world in this game that you don't get to see. Now, I'm kind of a dick, so I kind of want to steal from people during the night. So let's, yeah, this herbalist hut is unowned. I kind of want to break into there. The herbalist hut has balms. What balms does is they give you a chance to fight off minor illnesses easily. Oh no, why did she have to go and get a child? It's the Middle Ages. I don't give two shits about you getting a child. You have to work. Now we can break in. We can break in, we can case, we can start a fire, which is what I did with my family. So there's a lot of options for us if we wanted to. Now I'm going to upgrade this. How much do I need? 900 gold, okay. That's not that far away, just 400 more gold. Mind you, everything in this game is way slower. Now we got a lot of these herbs, nice. Let's go and sell them to the market. Crime military camp, I don't care about the military camp. And let's see if gives me that screen. Let's sell everything. And how much we got? We got 96 gold. It's not that much, but I mean it's better than nothing. We can go head back to the mine and start mining again. We want to get that 900 gold. Once we get it, we are basically set for life. As a mine, since we can like dump as much, for example, iron into this town, and then have the price fall down to shit, then we can take that iron and move it, for example, to Abercomp and profit from just transferring materials around. This is super OP, okay? This is a way you can win the game easily. So, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, hooray! Now, we kind of, I mean, technically we kind of screwed ourselves over by breaking into that herbalist hut, because they only have herbs. They need herbs and eggs to produce balm. But once they have that, most of the illnesses that can happen in the game is really easy to deal with. We needed, how much? 3 more of these will be more than enough. And our workers will be, they should be coming to work right now. She's pregnant, so she can now no longer work, which is a shame, but I mean, what can you do, really? That's, at least I'm paying half her wages. So instead of paying 160, we're going to be paying 120 gold, which is a fair trade-off. And let's see. I'm going to go for these two. Once they're done, I'll have Reynard move over the stuff over to the market and then upgrade the horse-drawn cart. And I'll have this guy start working on iron because I want to spam the market with iron. Come on, baby. Shame that, like, the speed of the game is really slow compared to the Guild 3, for example. Oh, now we got a minus 50%. That's shitty. The speed of this game comparable to the Guild 3, it's like this game is basically like, you feel like you're actual, like, medieval peasant trying to scratch your way up to make enough money to meet ends meet. But in the Guild 3, you could just basically, in the first couple of years, you can easily make enough money to like become a lord, which is kind of stupid. So let's do that. And I mean, yeah, kind of like it's kind of different games, but like what like it's better if they kind of nerfed it, so it's not as easy as it is, because if they don't do anything about the AI in the Guild 3, or at least make it harder to make money, the game will basically be super easy, which will make it so nobody can have fun. Now, this is one of the coolest things I've seen in the game. Okay, the horse has brakes. Well, you don't have to do anything. They don't just sit there and next to the cart and just do nothing. So that's another cool feature about this game that other games don't have. And let's sell this off to the other cup and return and run home. And we can actually like take a overhead view of what it's doing. Now I want to take a look at the markets. Is there any market overflowing with a certain resource that we can just travel to another one and sell off? No, I don't see anything really worth traveling. Maybe this. Okay, so if I buy all the biscuits in our town and sell it off to Engwell, I'll profit 2 gold coin each. So the amount is just not worth it. But like that's one of the options I have available to me. Now I could let's see if we can find something that's really, really cool or really, really useful. Firewood? I can buy it for 5 and sell it for 3 extra gold. Not worth it. Oh wait, I can buy in my town for 5 and sell it over there. That might be worth it because it's in my town. I don't know. You know what? I'll keep on mining. And just spamming this, trying to crash the market. Oh no, it's winter season. I'm cold now. Getting sick is a very common occurrence in this game, so you want to try to keep yourself warm, and hopefully the herbalist hut will be bought by somebody and they will start producing some of that sweet I'm gonna actually go ahead and relax at the fire spot just so I can get warm, because I don't want to have my immunity decreased. Then I'll send him back to do work and make more iron. Because if you get cold, it decreases your immunity, which is like another facet to the game. I have it turned off, but you also have the option to be like hungry, tired, and other needs. So there's a lot of other like stuff or effects that I'm not gonna show you because it will make the game too hard to make it fun. Which is a shame really, because I mean that's pretty cool. Like imagine your character can get hungry and you have to feed him. If you don't feed him, his immunity is decreased, and since his immunity gets decreased, that means you can't do your work because you suddenly fell ill. And once you fell ill, you have to relax. You have to increase your immunity as much as possible so you get good enough as fast as possible. Hey, so that's one of the other cool stuff that you can do to play the game and feel like an actual part of the game. Now I think we have managed to stave off the cold as much as possible. I don't feel like going back and forth constantly, so I'm going to avoid that. Where's the market? There it is. Now if we had some... Where is it? If we had some woolen cloaks available in the market, we could have purchased those and used those to warm ourselves up. Because there sadly is not, I'm fairly sure there's not any woolen cloaks in the market, because like if you look here, the population is not big enough. Slowly the game will introduce newer families into the towns if there's a lot of the population dies or something happens. So eventually you see like a family joined event. But right now this town doesn't have like enough industrious people to buy up houses and the businesses. So the leatherwork and the ale house is available, and the butcher and the herbalist. But if you look at one of the main towns, which would be over here, you have everything purchased really. This house has I'm I'm fairly sure this house like has a skullduggery. This is what it is. The fishing dock, it was purchased by the Dormond family. So the AI actually goes to purchase stuff, and so you have to like be mindful of that. The AI are actually living this world, not just sitting there watching you play the game. Now I'm gonna stop raving about the game. I'm gonna focus on playing. Every night I'll go around and try to rob another place so I can get some extra cash on hand, because I mean, instead of having to work here, I can just steal money from other people. Which is kind of a dick move, but as long as we don't get caught, it's perfectly fine. I don't want to get these. Maybe the leather worker has some stuff that might be worth it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna case the leather. And while that happens, I'll move all my iron over to the horse and have it to go to the market and return. Let's see. So we're obviously not casing this house or doing anything illegal. Obviously. If you say anything otherwise, you're just stupid. Shut up. And let's see what this house... Oh, it has woolen cloaks. So if you manage to break into this house during the night and not suck... she's married. Why the fuck does she want to talk to me? What about good Dina? She's married. She is too old. Like, you have to find somebody that's... I haven't tested it with children yet, but there is a lot of facets to it that I haven't really played around with. Now that we know there is a woolen cloak here, I kind of want to break in just for the woolen cloak. It might be worth it. But my problem is that the guards are everywhere. If I get caught, I can't pay the fine, so there's no way for me to like survive and pay my workers. Now, thankfully, the guards are kind of like bugging off. Okay, so this guard is coming my way. Oh no, I got caught. Oh no. I'm gonna just pay the fine. I don't want to flee, because if you flee, you have to deal with the law if you get caught. If you get like caught after trying to flee, you will have to you become an outlaw or thrown into the pit. So I mean, I don't want to flee. I can sell off all this. Soon the iron or the buy price will go down, so that will be a thing. Now I'm mildly sick, so I want to find a bit of balm. If I find a bit of balm, I can cure this illness, and I do have some balm over here. Enter. Not enter. Yeah, let's just go enter. And have I paid my... Yeah, I've already paid my wages, 160, so I have 175 to use however I like. And now we need to upgrade the work slots, so I have more workers mining iron for me, so I can make more money by basically flooding the market and so on and so forth. Just keep on repeating that. And once we get close enough, we can give ourselves a bit of that sweet balm and heal our illness. And there you go. We actually just want to buy one. You have to be careful with this screen. It's not the best one. And once we consume it, we are good enough. Now let's run. Iron. Okay, so the price has fallen down all the way to 19. I'm gonna still be making a bit of iron so I have more money to buy, and then heading over to another town and selling it off. So for example, I think I will probably be going to Abercombe. Abercombe has a lot more needs. They have more crafters, so these crafters actually use up the resources faster. And if I do that, they will, I mean, I'll be making more money because I know that town will always use up the resources eventually, or faster than other towns. Let's see. And as you might have noticed, the military camp has disappeared. It was just like a thing. There is a merchant camp which buys raw resources like plants and stuff. And then there is a military camp which buys military goods. So for example, actually, you know what? Let's go for gems. I just need some money. I don't care how much. I just need as much as possible, as fast as possible. There's no way this is comparable even. So if I get, how much can I get for this? How much is there available? It's at 36. So I'm just gonna sell this, and I'm gonna buy as much iron as possible from the market, including selling off my own iron. Just so I can make it easier for myself. I'm stupid. That's why. Okay, so let's speed up the game. I wish you can go faster, but this game doesn't allow you to do that. Like, can you imagine how much fun this game will be if it goes faster? It's a really shame that this game is not faster. If it was like slightly, you made more money, it will be a bit more fun. It's way too challenging for a new player. Let's send him to Abercom. We want to offload goods. And we're going to just buy as much iron as possible and then head over to Abercom. Open this. So there's no like... I'm just going to try to buy as much as possible. Okay, so I can't do that. I need to buy 475. You go to Abercom, offload goods and return home. Now we can take a look at the map. We can see it like glowing right here. It's going to go to Abercom, which is a long way away. This is the market here. So it's going to travel all this way. There is a mercenary camp, I think, right here. I don't know if they do anything right now, but that's something you have to be careful of. So we bought them, or the items cost 19 gold. 1 second. Okay, so the items cost 19 gold, and we're gonna sell it for 38. So we'll profit about 11? Yeah, there you go. Or 200 gold apparently, somewhere along those lines. And now the cart will return back. Once it is available, we'll be making more iron. We want to just flood the market and repeat this process every single time. And eventually we'll start off with doing, I don't know, like 200 gold. We'll climb up to 300 and keep on doing this. Just smashing the market with these resources so we can just make a lot of money. Now, I could basically be doing this with silver or gold, but I think it is faster with doing iron, early game at least. Now let's keep on producing this. I'm gonna send this off to the market and return. And let's see, I can get an upgrade to this. Yes. And let's hire somebody with my iron. There's like a lot of factors you have to be careful. Their age is important because you can have child workers. They work half the speed of an adult, and where they lives fairly close by is important because that means they can come earlier during the morning so they can work faster. If they live very far away, it's going to take them longer to get to work, which means they can work less time. So you have to be mindful of that. You know what? Gems are really good. We might have one guy working on gems because you can only have 3 people working on a certain ore if you don't have enough rocks. I think the thief, where is he? Lives fairly... No, they're somewhere up here. Yeah, there you go. I think that's okay. No? There you go. Lives close by. Gems 6. And I want you to do gems while everybody else does iron. Now, this episode will be running to 30 minutes, but the next one will be 20 to 25, hopefully. And that's going to be for the format for Saelig. I actually wanted to rob some people during the night. But at least we got a woolen cloak. Next time we'll go hit the, I don't know, the Helder's hut again. I think they have started producing a bit of, a bit more. Where is it? There it is. Of the bomb. So if we manage to sneak into the house and steal some bomb, that'd be nice so we don't get sick. Hopefully we'll find a leather pack too. That'll be a nice way to make some extra storage slots in our inventory. Let's reset this so the action starts again. And boom! 7:30. It's about in half an hour. This is what tells you when they start and when they end. And they should be coming to work now. So if they live like in Abercom, then that means that would probably be at work like in 1 hour. So keep that in mind. You want them living as close as possible. He lives in Abercombe, so that's a perfect example of who to fire and hire somebody that lives close by. Fairly close by, good enough. I think though having men work for you is kind of better because they can't get pregnant. So just get men. I kind of, damn it, that's kind of screwed up. Okay, you can't say that. So I want to thank you for watching and do have a good one. Please leave a comment in the description. Comment in the comment field if you want to see more of sailing or if you want to have something explained further. Thanks very much for watching and do have a good one.